Hi, and welcome to another video by LiveLink Training. My name's Ken Fisher. And don't forget, if this is your first time with LiveLink Training, please visit my website. And if you scoot to the bottom of any page, just give this link a click here to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be really helpful. Thank you very much. Let's get on. Now in this video I want to talk to you about protecting your assets. Now what do I mean by an asset? Well, an asset is something that you've put time and effort into creating, like brushes or colour swatches. There's a whole host of things that really you put a lot of time into, and you want to protect them. Now protect them from what? Well, protect them from them being wiped out if your computer has a crash, or if Photoshop has a bad day and puts all the default ones back. Now there is a lot of things that come, like with brushes here, the general brushes, we've got dry media brushes, and these all come pre-installed with Photoshop, so it's no problem. If you have a crash on your computer, you can reinstall them with Photoshop, no problem. But I create an awful lot of my own brushes. So down here you can see that I've got some custom brushes, and this is just a few of them. Now if Photoshop wipes all these out or my computer crashes, then I've got to do all these again. I've got to start again. So is there a way I can protect them? Well, there is, by backing them up. So I'll just close that down. So if we go over to the edit menu and then down to presets and then along to preset manager, and what you've got here is a place where all the presets are together and managed. So here you can see I've got me Ken's faves, which is my brushes, because I'm in the brushes, and my general brushes, dry me, exactly what's in here. But all the brushes, including mine, the ones that I've made, are all in here. And it's exactly the same for swatches and gradients and styles and patterns, contours, custom shapes, and any tools you might make. So this is the central place where they all live. And what I need to do is to be able to save them out. But save them out where? Well, I don't want to save them out to my existing hard drive. So what I need to do is to save them out to an external hard drive that I can then mirror and back up. So I've got a full backup system, and that's exactly what I do. So I'll just try and find that for you. On my Seagate 4TB, which is my external drive, I have a folder called Assets Backup, and this is down here, my folder 11, Assets Backup. And in this folder, if I just go back one, you'll see I've got a folder called Brushes, Swatches, Gradient Styles, Patterns, Contours, Custom Shapes, sorry about that, and Tools. And in this I've got a backup of all the brushes, and in my swatches I've got a backup of all the swatches. So how do I do that? Okay, well, let's just go back to my preset manager. I'll make sure I'm in the brushes, so we do the top one first, and what I'm going to do is click on that top folder, and in this folder there are my favorites, and then in this folder there are general brushes. So I'm going to click on the first one, which is my Ken faves. I'm going to hold the shift key down and click on the last folder. So now I've selected all the folders that contain all the brushes. And now you'll see that all this in this area comes live. So I can now save these out as what's called a set. So if I click on Save Set, it'll take me, when I navigate to it, down to my folder 11, Assets Backup, and Brushes. And the brushes.abr file is the backup of all the brushes. So if I'd made some more brushes, all I would do is quickly at the end of the day, I'd just come in here, click on brushes. So I'm going to overwrite that one with the new one with me in additional brushes in, and I'm going to click save. It says, do you want to replace it? Well, yes I do. And then that's done. All the brushes are now saved. So if I go back here, you can see my brushes file. I've now got my brushes.abr, but it's now the one that I've just saved and overwritten. So I've now got all my brushes saved. Okay, let's move on. I'll just minimize that for a sec, and then I'll click just underneath just to deselect all those brush folders. And then next I'll go on to my swatches. So click on swatches. You can see here I've got some of the ones that load with Photoshop, and I've got some of my own. So I want to save them. So I'll click on the first one. I'll do shift click on the last one, and then I'll save them out as a set again. So save set. It'll then take me to my assets, and what I need to go to is my folder 11, assets backup, and my swatches folder. And in that swatches folder I've got the backup I made earlier, which is my swatches ACO. It wants to call it untitled swatches, but all I'm going to do is just click on that, and it'll say rename it swatches, so that when I click save, it says, do you want to replace that one? Yes I do. And I'm all done. And then I'll click underneath just to deselect them. And then all I do is just exactly the same, but just go through each one of these: the gradient, the styles, the patterns, the contours, the custom shapes, and the tools. And then when I'm done, we'll just look in this folder, and you'll see in my assets backup now, I can go through. I've got my swatches, which you've seen. I've got my backup for my gradients. I've got my backup for my styles, and I've got my backup for my patterns. You see, all the way to the end. Now what happens if Photoshop comes in and throws a wobbly, or my computer crashes, I reinstall Photoshop? That's no problem. What I've got to do then is to say, well, let's try with the brushes first. So I'll go to my brushes. There they all are. So let's delete them. So I'll shift click on the bottom one, and I'll click delete. Do I want to delete all the brushes? Yes I do. And then what I do is just go to load and navigate to my folder 11, my assets backup. I go into brushes, I click on the brushes ABR file, and I click load. And that's now brought in all the brushes that I've had, all the brushes that were loaded previously by Photoshop, and my creative brushes at the bottom here. Okay, well that's it for this video. Just a short video on protecting your assets. Make sure that you do back up. If you make brushes, if you make swatches, if you make anything, then make sure that they're all backed up. And they're backed up onto an external device, not your existing computer, because if your computer crashes, it takes it with it. Okay, I hope you found that useful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment under the video. That would be absolutely brilliant. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.